Sounds good.
Yeah,
right?
fantastic.
I use the waterfall as more of kind of a Leslie.
We are near Milan in Tavazzano at the Zio Live Music. Tonight I'm on stage with a giant, I have to say, a physically giant, not only physically but also from a guitar point of view, Mr. Greg Koch.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so,
you. Thank
so
you.
much, Greg, for being here with us. Greg, you are touring in Italy.
Correct.
And you have a bunch of dates left here in our country.
Yeah, a few, and then we go to the UK
Yeah.
for about a week. Yep.
How is it going?
Everything's going good. We're having a good time. Crowds have been good. The food here is the best. Italy's the best. The end. Italy wins always.
Thank you so much. And Greg, I remember that some years ago you have mentioned by a famous list compiled by Fender,
Oh yeah.
10 most unsung guitar players, okay?
Ah.
Nowadays, you are pretty well famous because you're famous online, you are an author, you have done a lot of things. Can we still consider you one of the most famous unknown guitar players?
I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's, I guess people, when they think of fame, they think of, you know, like American Idol, you know,
Yeah.
that level of fame. But if you're a guitar player, let me just say it this way, I'm famous enough.
Yeah.
For me, it's good.
And you are so famous, in fact, you have been praised by people like Joe Bonamassa, Steve Vai, and many, many others.
Also Italian.
And also Italian. But we know that you have a lot of different influences in your playing, and you love Jimi Hendrix
Yep.
and Clapton
Yep.
from the Cream era.
Well, all Clapton, but yeah, particularly Blues Breakers, Cream, Blind Faith,
Why these two
Derek and the
players?
Dominoes.
Derek and the Dominoes. Why these two players influenced you the most?
I think because in my brother's record collection, you know, he would always refer to those two as the greatest of all time, right? And so, and that was kind of the thought of everybody back then, is that those two guys were, you know, the guys.
Okay.
And then of course Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page, but it was always Clapton and Hendrix were the two big guys back in the day.
And in today's music, let's say that you open up your musical player. What songs pop up?
I listen to a lot of Oasis lately.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What's weird is I kind of missed them the first time around
Yeah.
because I was doing my own thing. I was oblivious. When they started doing the reunion, and I dug in and I started listening, I was like, oh my God, this is like
What am I missing?
one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. So yes, we were listening to it just today.
Ah,
So,
fantastic.
love it.
And I have to say that you are a complete musician, not only a guitar player, because you are an author, you publish book, articles, you are a demonstrator online. Can we say that nowadays to be a guitar player also means to produce contents online? How do you see?
Well, yeah, you definitely have to. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but if
That helps.
well, absolutely, you need as many different ways of making money as possible.
Yeah.
And of getting the message out. And if you don't I was talking about this last night. We did a clinic for a masterclass for a music school, and someone asked that question, and I said, if you don't want to do the online stuff, you might want to think about doing something else, because it's just, that's kind of how people judge people these days, you know, festivals, whatever, all that kind of stuff. How many followers do you have?
Yeah.
And, you know, and you don't, as I like to say, you don't need 1 million, you just need enough, because then you can contact people directly instead of having to worry about, you know, a middle person, you know what I mean?
So we can say that building a fan base online helps you in building also your own career nowadays.
Correct.
Nowadays.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's part of the job. Yeah, you are talking
Yes.
and you're Reverend guitaring.
Correct.
Because
yes.
You are here with one of your signature guitar.
Actually, I have 3 of them. This is
Yeah.
this is the new one, and then this is the one before that with the P90s in it as well. Let me take. Oh, I got it kind of tethered in here.
Okay, can I help you?
Yeah, you know, I've got this little hair tie there. There we go.
So,
This one here. So, So that
Three
one has
guitars. We had the opportunity back in Trappendorf at Thomann
Oh yeah.
to play your signature guitars.
Nice.
What are the highlights, in your opinion, of these instruments?
You know, it started with the pickups because I did all the pickups with Fishman.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think initially back, you know, over 10 years ago now, I had them in a Fender custom shop, Wildwood 10 55 tele, right? And it was awesome, and I was using that as my main guitar with the pickups on it. But I knew the guys from Reverend, because they would come out to Wildwood and do videos, and we were just buddies, and I'd see them at trade shows. And I explored the idea of doing something with Fender, but they just weren't interested.
Okay.
Because they have their own pickups, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't a good time to explore that. And then I was talking to the Reverend guys, and they're like, "We're cool with putting your pickups in a guitar."
Sonori guitars.
So then we went with the fact that, you know, years ago I had approached Fender with the idea of doing a slightly larger body because, you know, I'm big.
Yeah, big.
And so it's just a little bit bigger on all sides. It still fits in a regular guitar case.
Okay.
But it's about between 2 and 3% larger all the way around, and it's bound so it looks a little bigger. And we like the raised kind of Firebird type of look in the middle. I wanted a roasted maple neck. It's compound radius. I think it's 10 to 12. Locking tuners. I wanted the 3-barrel bridge with brass saddles, and Wilkinson makes great stuff. So that's how we started. We started with this one, and they've been selling great. And people, it's nice that people really like the pickups because they're cool. I mean, they have a great tone to them. First and foremost, there's a second voice that gives you a little bit more meat, and it's all noise free. So it's great. You know, with the when I press up, you get more, right?
Yeah, a lot more.
And so it just makes life glorious. So this, I probably play that. Well, I split it up quite a bit. I play with this guitar, and then I switch to, this is the new version.
Strat style.
Which is a Strat style, so also a slightly larger, but sorry, it's got some sweaty juice on there. I love the Wilkinson bridge, stays in tune. I can do all my, you know, whammy bar antics and it stays in tune. We did a signature set of Fishman Fluence single width pickups.
Yeah.
And those, it's like I always had kind of a love-hate thing with the Eric Clapton circuit on the Clapton Strats.
Okay.
I kind of liked the hi-fi sound of the clean thing, but then when you would turn up the preamp, it was just too much to me. It got too nasal. Just for me, I just didn't like it. But there were things I liked about it. So I thought, what if we did a tweak on that sound? Because I liked, as I said, I liked the hi-fi sound of the preamp, but the highs kind of got too high, and then the lows got too farty. So we just, and then we tweaked it until it was really nothing like the Clapton circuit, but it still has this hi-fi thing.
Okay.
And then when I hit the button to get that second voice, it's just like a 5 dB boost instead of a 24 dB boost. So it adds a little bit of meat.
More moderate.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds awesome.
Okay.
So it's a real meaty sound. And then this one, we did P90s as well. So I have the 3 different signature set of Fishman pickups that are on 3 different Reverend guitars. And what's nice about it, they're not horribly expensive guitars.
Yeah, that's totally true.
They're very reasonably priced. So.
And about the rest of the rig for tonight's show.
Yes. So
where would you want to start?
Well, the Tone King amp, I've been playing the Royalist for years. We played and still do when I do the Wildwood videos. It's a Imperial. It's a Tone King Imperial, which is more of like a deluxe reverb.
Yeah.
The Royalist is more of a Marshall type of a situation. And these two over here, it's 2-channel. I only really use the 1 channel, although, you know, it was kind of interesting. I saw a thing, just a little snippet of the Pedal Show guys talking about, does it really matter what amp you play when you're using on a clean platform?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When you're doing a clean platform, and I say absolutely. And kind of how I look at it is if the amp sounds good cranked, then you know it's going to sound good with pedals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this amp, if I have the attenuator on or if I just dime it, it's got these 3 different increments. It's got I use it on the 1964 setting, which is more like a JTM 45. And then there's a 67 setting, which is a plexi, and then the 73. So they just get progressively hotter, but not as much low end. This one's got more low end, the top one. So I use the amp pretty clean. I run it on about 3.
Yeah.
And I do pull this out, which gives you a little bit more low end. So that's the amp all by itself. Now, if I press this button in, see, it sounds good, but this adds a little bit more low end. And I've got the attenuator on. I've got it 1 click back. If I have it all the way up, it's just slightly louder, but this one just a little bit less.
Yeah.
When I'm at home and Toby's got his regular rig, it's louder. So I usually just run it full power.
Yeah.
But this rig is not as loud, so we're not quite as loud as usual. So I click it 1 back, and as I said, I run it on about 3. But then on the, this is my signature jam pedal called the Koch Ness Monster Supreme. And it does have one of my Gristle Kings on board, which has a clean boost and overdrive. Right?
Yeah.
But then I also put this one on the Boomster.
Okay.
So that's my clean sound. So I pretty much keep those 2 on all the time.
Always.
And then I'll turn the volume down on the guitar. And then what I usually do, instead of having reverb, I usually just put a little bit of slapback on. And so that's kind of how I run it. A lot of times I'll keep the lead part on as well. And just turn the volume down on the guitar. I use the Univibe, which is their retro vibe pedal. Sounds good.
Yeah,
right?
fantastic.
I use the Waterfall as more of kind of a Leslie. I use the Harmonious Monk as more of kind of like a. So I'll go between those different modulation effects. The wah on here is the best.
Yeah.
So that's a killer.
That sounds amazing.
So I have 2 delays on here. I have the Delay Llama that I just put a little slap back on. The Delay Llama Extreme has like presets on it. It's all analog, a little bit of modulation on there. Right. The second preset is this kind of, when I'm doing my tune, Tonus Diabolicus.
Okay. You've got everything in one single tiny board.
Correct, yep. And so the only extra thing I bring is a Sonic Research tuner, which I love.
So I have to say, the rig is pretty simple. An amp, a fantastic guitar, and a simple board, but with a lot of effects.
Correct, yeah.
The rest is in your hand. Keep following this amazing guitar player, one of the contemporary idol of the guitar.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you so much for being with us
again. Thank you very much.
Keep following Playing Guitar and also Mr. Greg Koch and his Koch Marshall Trio. Bye.
Thank you.